if you don't post videos, new videos, in a semi-timely fashion, people assume you have just been run over by a car, I think. Which is, of course, always possible. In my case, it was more, I just don't have any decent ideas for videos. I just got kind of bored with it, to be perfectly honest. And I got sidetracked into playing video games, and also the weather's shitty here in the winter, you know. It's like months and months of rain. You know, it's basically just shit. So, what am I gonna do, you know? Also, you know, I do videos and then they just don't turn out, and I just delete all the shit. So, there's that as well. So, life update video. Oh God, the life update video. My life update video. The life update videos have to be probably the most boring motovlog videos that there are. You know, unless some, you know, occasionally some guy, I guess, will have an extremely interesting life, but more often than not, I find them rather boring. In fact, you know, I'm a great fan of Baron von Grumble. I like all his videos. He recently did a life update video, and I couldn't finish it. It was like, it's just not my cup of tea, as they say. You know, normally I devour all of his videos. Like, I just, you know, I really like Baron von Grumble as a channel, but that one was just, I just couldn't do it. So so here we go. As bad as his is, I could assure you mine will be far, far worse. Yeah, so specifically motorcycle related, I had a bit of issue with my radiator. My radiator started leaking. I think it's been broken for a while, but there's like 3 bolts on the back that hold the fan on, and the bottom one, there's like a little tab that on the radiator, and that tab broke off and kind of was smacking against the bottom of the radiator for, I guess, a year. I don't know if you can see it down there or not. Anyway, so it was just kind of going clack, 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 and then I guess ultimately the radiator started leaking. There was like clouds of smoke and the whole thing. I was able to actually nurse it all the way home, which was, I was pretty close to home. So, but I guess that's not recommended because it's kind of slippery stuff. But I rode like a grandmother. I was very careful and made it home. And so I took it out, got it welded, put it back in. So that's my motorcycle story. The second thing is I'm thinking about getting a new bike. And so in thinking about it, I think what I want is a bike that is nice and light and nimble like this bike, but just ergonomically bigger. So I started looking around for something like that, and really they just don't make them. I mean, 600s are designed to be very, very small. The design criteria for these bikes is you know, it kind of requires them to be very compact. So I was looking at yeah, so basically if I want a larger ergonomic vehicle, I either have to buy a very old bike, which I kind of want something to be reliable. I want a new bike ideally, or close to new, or it has to be like a sport touring or like, you know, or some sort of hyper sport thing like a ZX14 or something. But anyway, so yeah, so you know, like a Hayabusa kind of thing, or BMW K1300S kind of thing. Either way, these bikes are huge and kind of heavy, and I just think that I do a lot of riding in town, and it just seems to me that they're bound to be kind of unwieldy, you know, around the streets, right? Sorry about that break in the video feed there. I don't know what happened. So yeah, large bikes. I don't want the weight of a Hayabusa. Having spent like huge amounts of time on cycleergo.com, I did happen upon a couple candidates. The Ducati 1098 1198. BMW K1300S is heavy, but oh, it would be nice out of town because it's got like shaft drive, and it's just a very nice bike. The other bike I was looking at is ZX12, also big. Unfortunately, you know, the newest they make them is they were made was 2006, so they're a bit old now. But so that's another possibility. Also, they're cheap like borscht. Nobody wants them. They're a very manual, you know, high-powered bike, but it's supposed to be a bear to work on. You know, and the third bike is KTM RC8, which has the benefit of being a new bike. You can get a 2015 was the last year they made them, so you can actually buy a 0km1 if you want. And heaps of power, very light, and I sat on one, and whew, the ergonomics are fantastic. Like it's really, like it's got more legroom than this one. And I was looking at the rear sets. They're adjustable, and you could actually drop the rear sets by like another, you know, a centimeter or more, I think. So it would be very. I'm pretty hyped about that one already. I haven't even sat on the other ones. But yeah, those are the three I'm kind of looking at so far. Looking at Cycle Ergo, I think the RC8 is probably the best of the three for ergos. Of course, they're all kind of low revving engines, but it's a different kind of bike. Super torquey. So easy power wheelies, which is, you know, as you know, I'm all about the power wheelie. So, but I think they'll be plenty fun around town. They're quite light. There's no more heavy than this bike, which is, you know, I almost got freaking run over by that doofus. I should pay more attention. It's terrible. I don't like it when I don't see things until it's too late. Yeah. So that's the bike update. I really don't know what I'm going to do. But I kind of want to get something new for summer, for, you know, cruising. I mean, this bike is nice, but by the time I get to the twisties, my legs are shot, you know, and then it's like, well, I can't really enjoy the twisties too much in that condition. So that's the deal.